What's up, Pessimist? This is the first video in what I hope will be a very long series on this channel. I want to do something that is probably almost impossible. I want to write a screenplay about Hillary Clinton and turn it into an actual feature-length film. Okay, so let's be real about this for a second. My name is Kyle. I'm a 24-year-old, unemployed, former political science major / college dropout with no published works or film credits under my belt. And I'm making this video on my mom's old iPad in the spare bedroom of my parents' house where I live because I flunked out of college and had to move back home. So what the hell makes me think I could ever even have a shot at pulling something like this off? Because this is America, goddammit. The same country where once upon a time, little Hillary Rodham was just a young, middle-class girl living in the suburbs of Chicago, on track to be another one of the masses, another one of the baby boomer generation, to live a perfectly fine but frankly somewhat unmemorable life. Never ask for too much and never really get too much either. But that's not what she did. That little girl went to college, and then law school, and then became First Lady, then a senator from New York, then Secretary of State, then the first woman nominated for President of the United States, and finally, the first woman to win the popular vote in a presidential election. Now, her story didn't have to go that way, but it did. And not by accident. It went that way because she made it go that way. If she can do it, you can do it, I can do it. So maybe the smart thing for me to do is to go back to school, get my degree, and get a decent paying, reliable job. There's nothing wrong with that. It sounds kind of nice, actually. But that's not the way I want my story to go. This is the way I want my story to go. I want to be a writer, a filmmaker, a producer, a director, and I want to make a movie about Hillary Rodham Clinton. And I need your help. So I've already told you all the reasons why I shouldn't be able to pull this off. To recap, I'm unemployed, I'm a college dropout, no experience, never been published, no contacts in the movie industry. I live in nowhere, Louisiana, USA. Got no money and I've got no resources. The only things I've got going for me are my MacBook, my mom's iPad, 60 or so YouTube subscribers, 10,000 Twitter followers, a complicated but enduring admiration for Hillary Clinton, about 70 or so discount books about Hillary that I got for about $4 a piece on eBay over the course of 2 years. Just enough narcissism to convince myself that I might actually be able to pull it off, and finally, the drive to actually get it done. Look, I'm a millennial pessimist, okay? I know what those odds look like. The deck is stacked against me, but how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Now, I can't do it alone, so here's my three-pronged approach of how to get this done and how you can help. Part 1, research. Part 2, outreach. And Part 3, production. So as I said, I've got about 70 or so books about Hillary Clinton. No, I'm not an obsessed stalker. I'm a fake journalist, and my life coach tells me there is a difference. I've got straightforward biographies written from a pretty neutral perspective by people like Carl Bernstein and other high-profile journalists. I've got first-person accounts from Hillary Clinton herself in the form of her personal memoirs. Obviously, those are from a pro-Hillary perspective. I've got memoirs from people who know her, who have worked with her. Obviously, those are mostly pro-Hillary, but really mostly pro whoever wrote them. Then I've got some books by outsiders, people who don't really know her, but are writing about her from a cultural perspective, like social commentary about how they think she fits into the larger American context. Now, some of those are pro-Hillary, some of them are anti-Hillary. But I think all of them that I've selected have value if I'm truly going to make a movie about the whole person. So I should say this now. I want the movie to be fair. If you want to see a rose-colored version of Hillary Clinton where she seems perfect and can do no wrong, then this is not going to be the movie for you. And if you want to see a House of Cards style caricature of the evil Lady Macbeth, then this is not going to be the movie for you either. So what I'm going to do for this research portion of the project, I'm going to make a short video about each one of the books that I think are worthy of dissecting. And I'll go through what each one of them tells us about Hillary Clinton, her career, and her place in culture, and how each one will color my depiction of Hillary in the movie. Which brings me to part 2. So this video series is obviously going to be a big part of this process. I'm going to cross-promote it on my Twitter account. I'm going to cross-promote it on my Twitter account. I'm doing this to try to reach as many Hillary supporters, or just people in general who might be interested in the idea of the movie, which I'll go into more detail about in the next video. So all I need from you right now is to please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Millennial Pessimist. I have some other unrelated videos already posted and lots more are on the way. Also, if you're not already, please follow me on Twitter and I'll have the link in the description. Now, I want to reiterate that I will not be able to do this without help and support from you guys. So if you're interested, please help me to spread the word to any Hillary supporters you know. That's going to be a huge part of outreach. Eventually, I want to be able to speak to people who actually know Hillary Clinton. People who have worked with her or worked for her. Maybe I'll be able to interview them and post the interviews here so you guys can see them and follow me along the journey. So I'm making a list of different people that I think would be cool to talk to, starting with the most easily accessible, like maybe local campaign volunteers who work for Hillary for America, people who knew her growing up, or people who knew her from back in Arkansas. Now, the goal of the interview list is to learn as much as possible from people who know her, but also to eventually work our way up the list as this series hopefully gains more momentum. Obviously, at the top of that list would be Chelsea Clinton, Bill Clinton, and obviously Hillary Clinton herself. Now, that may sound like a pipe dream right now, it sure does to me, but I want to give a shout out to Becca Morgan, a Hillary Clinton supporter / campaign volunteer. She recently made an independent documentary about fellow Hillary supporters after the 2016 election called To All the Little Girls, a reference to Hillary Clinton's concession speech. She was actually able to score an interview with Hillary Clinton. So it won't be easy, but with enough tenacity it can obviously be done. I'll put a link to Becca Morgan's Twitter account and to her documentary in the description below. It's a model that I really respect and would like to emulate. Now, on to part 3. So while I'm doing the research and sharing that with you guys, and while we're doing the outreach to score the interviews, I'm going to be actually writing the screenplay, because nobody cares if all you have is an idea for a movie. Having something actually written down on paper will show that we're serious about this project, and it'll help people get a feel for what the vision for it is. So of course I'll be sharing the pages with you as soon as I get some of them ready for consumption by you guys, and I'll want feedback from you and things like that. I want to always be open with you about what kind of movie this is going to be, and by reading the pages you'll be able to find out pretty quickly if it's something that you're going to be interested in or not. Another thing I might do for the production part of this, a little bit down the road, is turn some of the scenes that I write for the screenplay into a scripted podcast. That way we'll have an actual product for people to listen to. There are plenty of stories that start out as podcasts and then become movies or TV shows. Homecoming is a great show on Amazon Prime starring Julia Roberts that started out as a podcast. Dirty John on Bravo starring Connie Britton was a podcast first, etc. I also think that the kind of movie that I'm trying to make would be very well suited to the podcast format. And I think something like that could be done without a lot of money, which is good since I don't have any. It'll be a cheap but tangible way to actually produce this thing. I'm kind of thinking of it more as, like a television pilot. Podcast would be like a sampling of what a film version would be like to really help drum up interest in it. So that's my plan as it stands now. If it's something you think you might be interested in, then please jump aboard with any help that you might be able to offer. Or hey, if you don't feel like getting involved and you just want to maybe watch these videos, that's cool too. Like I said before, I'm going to have much more content on this channel besides just this series, so please check out some of my other videos and subscribe. The next episode of Dear Hillary Rodham will be coming out soon, and for that one what I'm going to do is a full pitch for my idea and my vision for the movie. I'm going to do my best to flesh it out for you guys. So I'm going to use you guys as like guinea pigs in that video and pretend like I'm pitching the idea for the movie to a real production studio. So please watch for that, check that out. Feel free to leave comments down below, anything you want to say, anything you want to ask. I'd be more than happy to chat with you guys about anything. And since I only have about 60 subscribers, I think I'll be able to handle the tidal wave of inquiries that people are going to send my way. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you soon.